Hello. Today, well, all throughout the school year, we have been learning about composers, musicians. Remember that a composer is somebody who writes music. And today I wanted to share with you one of my favorite modern composers. So this is somebody who is alive and well today, and he continues to write music and do a lot of good for our environment. His name is Jack Johnson. Can you say that with me? Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson. He looks like this. When Jack Johnson was born, he lived in the state of Hawaii, which is right here. Do you see those two orange dots in the middle of what's all this blue stuff? You're right, the ocean. And it's part of our United States of America. This is our continent and our country. And our state of Utah is right about here. So in order for, if you were to go visit Jack Johnson, in order for you to get to his home, you'd have to fly all the way across this big ocean called the Pacific Ocean to these small islands called Hawaii. And Jack Johnson grew up on the part of Hawaii called Oahu. And when he was little, his daddy was a very good surfer. You can imagine with all that water around, you'd probably be a good swimmer and enjoy going to the beach a lot, because the Hawaiian Islands are also, Hawaii's very close to the equator, that invisible line where the sun shines so brightly. So he was a really good surfer though. His daddy was, and then of course Jack Johnson grew up to be a good surfer too. A really good surfer, as a matter of fact. He was invited to go to one of the biggest competitions for surfing. But unfortunately, when he was at that big competition, he tumbled off his surfboard and got hurt. And he went to the hospital and he had over 150 stitches. So when he was in the hospital, he thought, maybe surfing is a little too dangerous for me. Maybe I'm going to try something different. And luckily, when he was 14 years old, he began playing the guitar a lot. And he loved to sit by the campfire at night and play his guitar, and then he would write songs too. And so Jack Johnson fell in love with music. And from that day on, he has always written music and performed. And now, today, he puts on a big festival every year in Hawaii. And here he is playing on stage with his friend Ben Harper. And you can tell that he loves to sing and he loves to play music, but all the benefit of this big performance where they perform in Hawaii, all the benefits go to the kids at school there. So they help the environment by teaching them to recycle and going on walks in nature and cleaning up their beaches and making sure that the children learn how to care for the planet and be good stewards of our earth, just like we've taught you. And then Jack Johnson's music is just super fun to listen to. So I encourage all of you to tell mommy and daddy that you'd like to listen to a song by Jack Johnson. And he writes songs, some of them are kind of silly. He writes one about banana pancakes, and he writes, if you've seen the movie Curious George, he wrote all the music for that movie, so that might be fun to listen to. One of my favorite songs that Jack Johnson has written is about sharing. We talk a lot about sharing at school, but some of the words of his song, sharing, go like this: it's always more fun to share with everyone. And he talks about in the song, some of the things he sings is, if you got a ball, bounce it to the gang. If there's a new kid, invite him out to hang. If you've got one sandwich, cut that thing in half. If you know a secret, tell it and share a laugh. If you got a drumstick, give one to a friend. Make one beat forever, share a beat that never ends. And if you're feeling lonely, share time with your mom. Share some milk and cookies and sing the sharing song. Isn't that great? I love the words to that song. All right, so I encourage you all to look up Jack Johnson and play some of his music or listen to some of his music in your house and see what you think of our modern composer, Jack Johnson. All right, goodbye everyone.